Now we move on to the fourth type of question under descriptive paper, which involves letter writing. Now, letter writing, you all know that is of two types, the formal and informal. That the purpose of a letter decides whether it is informal letter or formal letter. Now, informal letter, even in informal letter, there are certain formalities. A letter is identified by its format. Now, even in informal letters, there are certain formalities in the format. We have two questions under the letter writing here. Now, you have a savings bank account with the Nova Bank, Putli Bauli branch, Hyderabad. You went to an ATM of the bank to withdraw 20,000. After the routine process of withdrawal was over, you did not receive the money from the machine, though the transaction slip showed that the credit balance in your account got reduced by the amount. Write a complaint letter to the manager of the bank and ask for the recredit of the amount, providing all necessary inputs required. Now, the inputs provided in this question prove that it is a formal letter. A formal letter usually will be of the type of a complaint letter, or a letter to the editor of a newspaper, or a business letter, business correspondence. Now, the second one, letter to your friend explaining why you could not attend a bank examination on account of a political rally. Share your feelings on the incident. You are writing a letter to your friend expressing your feelings, so the second one becomes an informal letter. Now, in the first letter, which is a complaint letter, a formal letter, the format of the letter is something like this. First, you have the word from. Below that, you have the sender's address. Usually, this will be provided in the question itself. Otherwise, you have to imagine your own. Then, to address, the address of the sender. Address of the addressee. Here it is the manager, Nova Bank, Putli Bauli branch, Hyderabad. And then you have the date. The date is written in a formal letter only in this way, 24 July 2014. And this is followed by the subject. In this case, it is a problem with the ATM. The subject matter should not be in the form of a complete sentence. Here, you can choose the subject perhaps as ATM malfunction, request for recredit. Now comes this salutation. In all formal letters, the standard form of salutation is sir. The salutation is closely connected with subscription, which is at the end of the body of the letter. Subscription is formal leave taking. In the formal letter, if the salutation is sir, the subscription will always be yours faithfully. So you can always think of sir, even if the addressee is a woman. Many people have a problem whether we should use sir oblique madam. Not necessary, because this is a formal letter. The person sitting in that post, whether it's a man or a woman, it is immaterial. So salutation, sir. And as I said, three paragraph norms should be followed. And the first one, in all complaint letters, I would like to bring to your kind notice the following case of a malfunction of your bank's ATM and request for a suitable remedial action. Suitable remedial action is a word you can use in any complaint letter. In fact, if you are given a question of complaint on some other issue, make use of most of the ideas given there. Substitute words suitable for that question. The next paragraph, this morning at 10:30 a.m. I visited your bank's ATM number 572 situated at Khan's Market, Hyderabad to withdraw 20,000 from my SB account. After completing all the routine procedures of cash withdrawal, I did not receive the cash from the machine. though the transaction slip showed that the credit balance in my account got reduced by 20,000. I have provided below all the required. You are giving the inputs so that they can take action against the complaint. I have provided below all the required details so as to enable you take suitable corrective action. Account number, name, account held at which branch, ATM card number, date and time of the transaction, amount of the intended withdrawal, transaction ID. When you get a transaction slip after transaction from the ATM, the transaction ID should also be mentioned. This is the second paragraph. The third paragraph, I request you to kindly look into the matter and arrange for the recredit of the above amount. In the first paragraph you said suitable action. Here you are trying to be more specific. What exactly do you want? Arrange for the recredit of the above amount in my SB account. Yours faithfully. Then you have to sign it as per the name given in the question, Sudeep Chatterjee, which is mentioned as the name of the writer here in this question. This is how you are going to write a complaint letter. Sometimes people are asked to write a complaint letter of the given context, but the complaint letter you are asked to write not to the bank manager but to the editor of a newspaper. Now in such cases, all other formalities are same, from, to, date, salutation, but in the first paragraph you should make some minor changes. I would like to bring to your kind notice. Your kind notice, that's what you say when you write to your bank manager. But the editor of the newspaper is not going to take any action on your complaint. So you must say, I would like to bring to the kind notice of the officials concerned. Whoever is the official, you are writing a letter to the editor in an attempt to bring it to the notice of the authorities. And second paragraph is the same. Whatever you did on that day to draw the money. And the third one, I request you to kindly look into. That has to be changed when you write a similar letter to the editor of the newspaper. I request the authorities concerned to kindly look into the matter and arrange for the recredit of the above amount into my SB account. Yours faithfully is the same. What you must remember, whenever you write a letter to the editor of any newspaper, don't mention anywhere, please print this letter, please publish this letter. You should not commit that mistake. Any letter written to the editor is meant for publication, and it will be published only when it is fit for publication. Now the second letter in this fourth question involves a personal letter, an informal letter. Look at how the format has changed. On the top right side, the station from which the letter originates, Moradabad in this case, 24/07/2004. Any way you can write, because you don't have to strictly follow the format of the formal letter. Straight away you start this salutation, Dear Rahul. When you write to your blood relations, use the relation. Father, dear father. If it's mother, dear sister. But when you write a friend, don't say dear friend. Only this you must remember, minor point. Address the person by his name. So here, dear Rahul. First paragraph is exchange of pleasantries. How are you? I am okay. You must be expecting my letter detailing my excellent performance in the recently concluded SBI Associate Bank recruitment examination. Unfortunately, I have to share with you a quite different and disappointing story about the said examination. First paragraph. Second paragraph, as I said, you should elaborate your experience. That day, it was a great shock for me for not being able to attend the said examinations for reasons that were beyond my control. Unfortunately, on the same day, a grand political rally was arranged at Lucknow by a political party of Uttar Pradesh, and thousands of party workers were occupying all the public and private transports starting from Moradabad. When I reached the station to board my train to Lucknow, I found all the compartments overcrowded. All the reservation compartments were forcibly occupied and the genuine passengers were not allowed inside. The police force was looking pathetic, helpless and horribly inadequate. Most of the goons in the compartments were ticketless and unruly. The whole station was virtually under siege, posing danger to the safety of genuine passengers. The railways had to bear a huge loss due to the ticketless travel and damage to property. I had to curse my fate and return home, having missed a good opportunity to get placed in a bank. Now the third paragraph, how he concludes, Rahul, I do not know when such acts of anarchy will end in our country. I hope the government deals with such situation in a better way, at least in future. The administration should deal with such situation in an effective way. While permitting such rallies, strict conditions should be enforced on people attending such rallies. People should not be allowed to take law into their hands. And finally, the recruiting agency should give a thought to the plight of hundreds of aspirants like me who missed out the test on that day. They must consider giving a second chance to us to write the said examination. Here, in the personal letter or informal letter, the salutation is dear so and so, and the subscription, if it is written to blood relations, you can conclude saying yours lovingly, father, mother, other blood relations, yours lovingly. If it is friends, you can say yours sincerely. Since this letter is written to a friend, we conclude it saying yours sincerely. Then you you sign it as the person mentioned in the question, but one part is still left in the informal letter. The last part is address on the envelope, which is not there in the formal letter, which is given there in the beginning itself. As per the address given in the question, mention the name of the person and the address at the end. So the formality in the informal letter will be station and date on the right side top, salutation straight away in the beginning, body of the letter in 3 paragraphs, subscription, if it is friends, it is yours sincerely, blood relations, yours lovingly, signature, then address on the envelope where you mention the address of the addressee. This is how you have to take care of the questions under descriptive paper, namely comprehension passage, précis writing, essay writing, and the letter writing, whether it is formal or informal. Now you will be given a set of questions on descriptive paper. You have to try and answer the questions, remain calm and do the test.